Hey guys, it's your girl TeraMichelle. Welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Sense, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Sometimes I think about a fragrance that I used to own and used to wear often, and I get a craving, but not enough to purchase a full bottle. So in today's video, we're going to talk about those fragrances that I love, but are not full bottle worthy. I do have about 4 fragrances here that I purchased because people mentioned them before and I wanted to try them. And then also some that I just came across, like the notes, and decided to just go ahead and risk it. So all of these are travels or decants, whichever word you want to use. And if you're interested to see the ones I chose, let's jump right into the video. First up, we're going to be talking about 2 different fragrances. And this first one here tickled me pink because it was the first time I ever saw ice as a note. It also had pomegranate and peony is my favorite floral note. I'd heard so much about this fragrance just being, one of those staples, and everybody had on their holy grail list, and everybody had as a signature scent for those people who actually use signature scents. And I just wanted to try it, and I've gone through so many bottles of this fragrance. It's not even funny. It's been probably 2 or 3 years since I've worn it, but I just missed it and wanted to have some of it in my collection. And this would be from the house of Versace, and it's Versace Bright Crystal Eau de Toilette formulation. So these are the decants from Fragrantica. Guys, if ever you're the type of person who just wants a really beautiful spring or summer fragrance, and you're the girl who likes to just smell good, so everybody's going to know that you smell good, but you're not trying to do too much, and you want a fragrance that is good for everyday usage, no matter where you go, what you're doing. You can do Bright Crystal at a picnic, at work, running errands, at the gym. It is a pretty for the sake of being pretty fragrance. To go along with that one, we are going to talk about also Versace Bright Crystal Absolute, the other Parfum formulation. This is my favorite of the 2. Again, we're just talking pretty. I mean, my goodness, if ever there were fragrances deserving of being signature scent worthy for the spring and summer, it's these 2. You'd be hard pressed to find people who, like, if you've been in the perfume game for at least 5 years, you know these fragrances. If you've really been in the perfume game, if you're new to fragrance just now, there's not a lot of hype around them, so there's a chance that you miss this. But if you smell it, there's a high likelihood that if you've ever been around women that wear fragrance, you've smelled this before. It's kind of like the Clinique Happy of Versace. And I absolutely love them and just had a craving for them. So I brought them back to my collection. This is another fragrance. Now, this was the first amber fragrance I ever purchased, and it was just so warm and inviting and cozy, yet very sexy, with some spiciness, some mystery, and I absolutely fell in love with this fragrance. I went through 2 bottles, and I also purchased a bottle for a co-worker of mine because she loved it so much every time I wore this fragrance. I do believe it's discontinued, which makes me sad, but I still don't want another full bottle because, like, I literally, like, wore myself out going through, like, I went through 2 bottles in like a year. That I couldn't even do that now. Well, yes, I could, depending on what it is. But this here is Michael Kors Sexy Amber. Honey, baby child. It's a vibe. And when I just smelled it now, I was like, yeah, love that smell, but I know I don't need a full bottle. It's one that I'm just on the cusp of being ready to get back into. Might have to wait a couple of months, wait until it's really, really cold, because I just wore myself out with that one. I'm not even going to lie. This next one is from the House of Valentino. This is Donna Rosa Verde. So this is one of the most green. Oh, okay. This really is like the green rose, or a green rose. Not the color, but this is the epitome of all of the rose. You're getting the petals, you're getting the stem, you're getting the little leaves, everything about the rose. Like, the realisticness of this is a lot for me. So freaking clean and green. It's astonishing. It's astonishing. You can't tell me that I'm not holding a rose when I smell this. I'm like looking for the actual rose and the petals. So that is just not one I can have a full bottle of. I am just never going to always want to smell like that, but I do crave it enough. I had a sample that someone sent me when I purchased something from them. immediately bought a decant and was struggling to figure out if I really liked it. I've really gotten into rose fragrances now, and I just woke up one day and was like, I need to get that back because I don't think I fully appreciated it the way that it deserved. So I got it again, and yes, it is a whole vibe, not one I need a full bottle of, because again, it's going to be very few and far between that I want to reach for that. So being able to wear it 2 or 3 times in a year will definitely be enough for me. I guarantee it. I think it's discontinued, so it'd probably be smart of me to get a bottle, but I don't want it. I know I don't, so I'm not. I think that sometimes I like to torture myself because I know full well when I don't like a fragrance, and I will do this thing where I'm just curious and I will revisit after I've already sold the freaking thing, and I know what I'm going to find. I just don't know why I do this. This is Dior's Addict. This has to be the weirdest, most confusing, most just discombobulated vanilla fragrance I've ever smelled. And every time somebody tells me they love it, I'm just really wondering, like, how. Not judging them, just wanting to fundamentally know how, because I just cannot. So I ended up getting the Juliana's Parfums version, which I think is called A Selfish Kind of Love. And I actually dig that one. Not the greatest thing I've ever smelled, but I actually dig it enough to keep the bottle. This here is just a ball of confusion for me. I just can't. I'm going to force myself to wear it though, because I am curious to know what people around me think when I wear it. I almost guarantee they're going to like it. And again, I'm just going to be wondering to myself, like, how, Sway? Like, how? So this next fragrance here is, where's the one I want to talk to you guys about? This one has been talked about a lot. There is an EDT formulation. I have the Eau de Parfum, and I can't remember in all the times that I've heard people talking about this, which version they were talking about. But I seriously hope it wasn't this one, because no. I want to wear this on skin. I have no idea where or why. The way that it smells on a stick and the way that it smells from the atomizer isn't bad. But I feel like it's a little, it's too mature. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not ready to wear this yet. This could be on my list with white diamonds and Chanel No. 5 for when I get older, like 65 and up. Maybe. I don't know why it pulls like that to me. Again, I'm going to wear it in person, so I may have to retract that statement. But y'all talked about cinema like it was just the bee's knees. And I'm going to have to say, no, thank you. Right now. Once I get a chance to try it on me, even if it's doable, I just don't see me ever buying a full bottle of that or recommending it to anyone, unless they're 65 or up. I don't know. It could just be me, but it is what it is. If that is your favorite fragrance, I am so sorry. I am not trying to be offensive. It's just, I'm going to get familiar with it. I'm going to try to do better, guys, because right now, nope. Next up, we're going to talk about Ralph Lauren's Woman Eau de Parfum formulation. This is one of the most perfect fruity, floral, woody fragrances I've ever smelled. Like, this just hit. I have no complaints about this. Pear and black currant. Like, you just can't go wrong. They got 2 different types of wood, sandalwood and some other kind of wood in there. It's just nice. There's like tuberose and maybe some like orange blossom. It's a lot. It's a lot of florals in there. I think it's rose in there too, maybe Turkish rose. Has a lot of florals, a lot of fruits, and woodiness and some nuttiness, I think, to it. So it's a vibe for me. Again, that's Ralph Lauren's Woman. Next up, we're going to talk about Dolce Vita from the House of Dior. Now, this thing right here is very confusing to me because I feel like I love it, but I can't make sense of it. There's 3,000 notes in here. Sometimes it comes across very medicinal and mentholish, like Vicks Vapor Rub. The cinnamon usage in here is absolutely spectacular, but there are so many notes and there is so much going on that I get lost in the chaos in the best way. Like, it's a vibe. This also smells like something that is reminiscent of my childhood. Like, it came out in the 80s or 90s, so I would not be shocked if it's that dated. But at the same time, I think it brings about a nostalgia for me. I don't think that would be the scent that I would want people to equate with me. Like, when they smell that, they think of me. It's not that type of vibe. But I am going to wear this entire decant. Like, so, let's see how much. I haven't worn it, so it better be full. Yeah, this right here is a vibe. And I'm going to definitely get my usage out of that. Last but not least, this is Emporio Armani Diamonds Eau de Parfum, which I believe is discontinued. Y'all, I almost want to get my hands on the rest of this diamond line. I need to know what is going on here. This smells amazing. This is one of those fragrances that reminds me of Parisienne by Yves Saint Laurent. Not in that they smell identical or they're like dupes of one another, but that vibe, that year, that energy, that DNA, that thing. You know what I'm saying? They just, yeah. It's something that I like, and it comes across like slightly spicy too. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. So I'm going to look into maybe testing some other ones. I'm going to give a full wear to that one, but I'm not mad at any of these. The ones I had already purchased before, except for Dior Addict, I don't know why I did that to myself, but I'm interested to play around with the others, with Dolce Vita, with Ralph Lauren Woman. So I can't wait to play around with those and actually wear them on me and get a feel for it. But you know what, guys? Whenever you're bored with fragrance, this is something that I do. When you're bored with fragrances and you just feel like, I don't know, you want to blind buy something, not spend too much money, test your capacity to pick fragrances based off notes when you haven't smelled them. Play around on fragrancenet.com. Play around with their travels, or if there's just fragrances you've always wanted to try, but you didn't want to splurge on the full bottle, go through their decants and see what they have. They have their Bond number 9s in there. That's where I got mine from for my Bond video. And so many other fragrances, some that are discontinued, some that are hard to find in these decants, to give you a chance to at least say, hey, I was able to wear it a couple of times. I was able to participate in the hype, or just, dive into your curiosities about fragrances. I don't know, but it's a really easy way and a cheaper way to do so. So that's a nice quick little video about a few decants and travels that I've picked up that I can't wait to really get in-depth reviews for you guys with the ones you aren't already familiar with. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I am really going to be trying to stay away from sampling and decanting for a while though. I have so many videos to bring to you guys based off sample sets that I've purchased from Twisted Lily and all kinds of other places, Lucky Scent and stuff like that. So those will be coming. It's a lot to test all of these fragrances and try to get a real feel for them, especially when you have the ones that don't have atomizers. So I'm going to have to find a different place to get my samples from other than Lucky Scent, because they're trying to change them over to atomizers myself and all of that. It's just too much. It's too much. So again, those types of videos will be coming soon. If you're still here, please do not forget to click the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel, join the Terra Squad. I love to have you here. Select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads, and share me across all your social media platforms. Please don't forget to come and talk to me in the comments. Let me know if you've tried any of these, if you're curious about any of them, if you love them, if you hate them. We can talk about it all. But as always, I love talking to you guys in the comments. So until then, bye.